Fire Department Virtual Open House, and I'm Station 6 Assistant Chief Todd Dudzinski. This is Station 6. Come on in for a tour. Welcome inside Station 6. Station 6 was originally opened in 1984, but recently we have undergone some renovations that brought it a little bit more up to date. Station 6 covers the northwest corner of the city of Troy, primarily between the roads of Crooks and Adams, and then from South Boulevard down to Waddles. Our station houses both an engine and a ladder truck. We have up to 30 firefighters at our station who do all sorts of tasks, from fighting fires, responding to fire alarms, smoke investigations, and even vehicle extrications. Currently we are in the day room. Our day room is where a lot of the firefighters gather to socialize. We eat our meals here. We also conduct our trainings. Every Monday night, Station 6 conducts trainings for about 3 hours in which we cover a variety of topics that we respond to. One interesting fact is none of Troy's stations actually have any sleeping quarters. All of our stations are volunteer, meaning that they're unmanned. And when a call comes in, the firefighters are notified and they come to the station to get the truck, the apparatus, and everybody else meets on the scene. To the left of the main entrance is our Station 6 office. The office is the location where our firefighters and officers come to meet or complete fire reports. We also have a variety of computers hooked up to the internet that allow us to do online training as well. In times of COVID, we've had to go through a lot of online training because we can't always meet in person. To the right of our main entrance is our workout room. Our workout room has a variety of equipment that firefighters can use to stay physically fit. Firefighting is a very physically demanding job, and it's important for our firefighters to have the resources available to them to stay physically fit and healthy. Every fire station needs a kitchen. This is our Station 6 kitchen. While we don't live here on a 24-hour basis, we do often cook meals for the firefighters during trainings or other events that we house here. This kitchen is made up of several large appliances that give us the ability to cook for all 30 firefighters at the same time. We hope that you serve up fire safety in your kitchen just like we do here at the fire station. Down the hallway from the kitchen, we have not only our coffee maker, but also one of the more important rooms of the fire station. While this may not be the most exciting room, it is very important. Firefighting contains a lot of harmful chemicals that can get on our gear and on our skin. Therefore, it's important that after every fire, we wash our gear. This room is where we house our washing equipment as well as our gear dryer. Now, Firefighter Shapiro is going to show you around our apparatus bay where we stage our engine and our ladder. After that, a few firefighters will show you the equipment on both of our trucks as well.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Firefighter Shapiro. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our bay where we keep our apparatus. So you can see right now, it's a big garage, but it's got quite a few things in it that are a little bit more special than a normal garage. For our engine and for our ladder, both of them have an exhaust system tied to it so that we can be running the actual apparatus inside of the bay while we're working on different aspects of the truck to make sure that they're working. Additionally, we have our electrical cord, which is charging our batteries. A ton of equipment on both of our trucks are electric operated, so we need those functionally to be ready to go. The other part of the bay that's important is its cleanliness and making sure it's not wet. If we get a fire call at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we're running in here pretty quickly. We want to make sure we're not slipping and falling, so we're always making sure we're keeping it clean and dry. Additionally, our equipment in the bay that's important for firefighter use, our cascade system. Our cascade system is what we use to fill up our air tanks. So if you ever see a firefighter going into a smoke-filled environment, they're going to be on air so they can breathe appropriately, and then when we come back to the station, we have the ability to fill those up. But again, this is our bay and this is where we keep our trucks. Just as a reminder to everyone, before we move any further, a good reminder, your smoke alarms in your house. The first defense on making sure that you're being safe are those smoke alarms. So don't forget, annually replace the batteries, and the entire unit should be replaced once every 10 years.
Hello, my name is Firefighter Griezmann. Welcome to Station 6. I'm going to take you through the engine and some of its operation and equipment. So basically, this is obviously the best seat for anybody is driving the engine. We have basically a tablet computer for any kind of mapping that we want to do. There's a rear vision camera. We have obviously our radios and all the switches for the lights, including your driveline controls and such like that. Here is where you would control the siren. I'm going to take you through the rest of the truck now. So this is where we would have additional firefighters driving on the engine to the scene. You can see that there's air packs attached to the seats, so they can quickly put those on and be ready to go inside the fire. Here is where we would have our hose pre-connects. There's 2 different 1 3/4 and 1 2.5 inch. So basically these are already connected to the truck, and the firefighter on the scene would pull them off and go right to the house or right to wherever the fire is. So they're basically ready to go. So here, this is what we would call the pump panel. This is basically the brains of the whole truck, the whole engine. So this is where you would control the water source and the pressure of the source, pressure of the water. This particular pump will run 1,500 gallons per minute. And also there's 1,000 gallons of water on here. So if we do get to the scene before we have a chance to hook up to the hydrant, we can run and basically almost put out a lot amount of fire. The next compartment we would have is 5 inch. This is what we would connect to a hydrant and then to the engine itself as a water supply. Hydrant bag, there's radios, and then we also have a master stream, so we can run a large amount of water off basically the roof of the truck. There's the control for that here. Here is where we would have additional air packs. So again, in Troy, if a guy responds to the scene, these would be ready to go in case he wasn't on the truck itself. There's also some other equipment. Here is where we would have a large amount of the tools. So basically, if you do arrive on the scene, the firefighter wants to take a tool into the scene. So we have haligans and axes, also our prep radios, so you can communicate on the fire ground, flashlights, and also this is an interesting one. So this is a thermal imaging camera, so you can basically see in a smoky environment where the fire would be, and then we have some fire extinguishers as well. So if we go around to the back of the truck, we have our positive ventilation fan. So that's where in a very smoky environment, we would basically exhaust all the smoke out of it, so it's cooler and easier to work in. Up above, we would have additional line. If we had to run 1,000 feet of supply line, we'd have it up there, and there's also another master stream device up there, which we call the blitz fire. So basically that's, again, a large volume of water. You set it down on the ground and you can extinguish a large amount of fire that way. We also have some ladders and some pike poles that are also on the back here. So this is just essentially also a large toolbox on wheels, because we don't really know when we get a call or even when we're on a call what we're going to encounter. So here we have some new battery operated Hearst tools. So basically this is a cutter, we have a spreader, and then we also have a hydraulic ram. These are tools that we would use to basically go through vehicle extrication in case somebody was trapped. And then we have other tools as well. So again, some of the other tools we have here, there's a RIT pack in there. So if a firefighter was down on a fire, they could go in and rescue them. We have some other medical equipment, although we don't do a lot of medical stuff. There's like a first aid kit. This would be our high-rise kit. So basically, if we were going into a multi-level building in Troy, you'd basically hook this up to the fire department or the FDC, and then be able to distribute water up into a building multi-stories up. This compartment here is again a good amount of hand tools and saws. We have a chainsaw for roof. We have, like if we want to do roof ventilation, and then we also have some nozzles, basically whatever we need. Some chimney flares, and then some also flares if we wanted to control traffic.
Hi, I'm Firefighter Best. Now I'd like to just show you our ladder trucks. The City of Troy purchased us 2 new ladder trucks in early 2019. This is ladder 6. We also got a new ladder 5. These trucks can hold 500 gallons of water, but they got a little bit of a bigger pump. They can do 2,000 gallons per minute. It's mainly used for aerial operations in the City of Troy, but also has a lot of the same equipment that you guys covered in the engine. The City of Troy has 2 types of ladder trucks. They have a mid-mount 100-foot aerial. At every station has at least 1 ladder truck. They either have a 100-foot mid-mount or, like our newest 2 trucks, a 75-foot rear mount. All right. Let's take the ladder outside and show you how it operates.
So when we arrive on scene, the first thing that we have to do is engage the pump, and we also want to engage our power takeoff, which runs a hydraulic system which will be used to raise and move the ladder around. One firefighter is putting wheel chock so that the vehicle doesn't roll, while the other firefighters are setting up the outriggers to stabilize the vehicle. Once the outriggers are set up, they will then lift the vehicle. Once they're finished lifting it, they put in pins, which are safety pins, so that if there's any problems, it will stay raised. At this point, Firefighter Visnot is going to raise the ladder. When he's raising the ladder, it's important for him to look for obstructions that are above the vehicle. Ladder 6 is a 75-foot ladder and currently is at 45 degrees, and they're raising it. Firefighter Visnot will climb the ladder. When he climbs the ladder, at the top of the ladder there's a microphone and a speaker, so when he's up on top we can talk to him. And likewise here at the base station there's also a speaker and a microphone so that we can communicate. Yeah. Climb up. Do you have a belt? Yep. While he's climbing, he carries a truckman's belt so that when he gets to the top, he can basically attach himself to the ladder for safety. So he's now connecting himself to the ladder. So he is securely protected. We can hear you down here. Can you hear us? Okay, we can speak with him right now. He now has control, just like over here we have a monitor station where we can control the nozzle. There's also a monitor station up at the tip of the ladder so that he can control the nozzle if he wants to see exactly where he wants the water to go. So there's 3 different places to do it, up top, here, and there's also a wireless connection near the pump panel down on the bottom. Okay, Bill, if you want, you can come down. If you want, you can come down.
Thanks for joining us for our virtual tour here at Station 6 today. We hope you enjoyed checking out the trucks and the fire station, and we look forward to seeing you next time.